everybody. Welcome again to another episode number 21, double digits in the 20s, of Arguments with my brother Nick and myself, Jenny, where we will continue to discuss very important topics that are very close to our hearts, and we're glad to have shared this journey with you.
I'm just trying to get over double digits in the 20s, like as opposed to single digits you get in the 20s. Sorry, I know. I'm so conscious that every single time we start this, like I always pick up on something you said, and I'm like, and it always makes me giggle. But I can't help it because it's just very cute. It's very fun. I was like, okay, all right. Hey, if this podcast was American, it could drink by now. So
it could. Good. There we go. That's the way to see it. So we're continuing from. So last week, obviously, we did our live stream, which you may or may not know, and it went quite well. We actually went on for like an hour and 20 minutes, I think. So thank you for all this patient people for listening and watching. If you did, and if you didn't, just do, because I actually did my hair for once, and you know. People need to see that.
It was funny. It went on so long that my wife crawled into the room to get something out of it, and she was like, "Are you going to be finished soon? Are you going to be done soon?" Yeah. So that was good. But we have a new beef. We have a new issue. We have a new enemy. We do. And I'm sorry, but you know, we put once, if you didn't watch it, you can go and rewatch it on our YouTube channel. On the YouTube, and just go into the search and put in Arguments with My Brother and all that shit. But yeah, for a few days, it was taken down because there was apparently some copywriting issues. And so we played. What did we play? We played a video of the young ones, didn't we?
We played a video of the young ones do a university challenge. Yes.
Oh, and we all. Do you know the other thing we got it done for was the what's the name of that guy? Alex from Glasto. That thing as well. We got it done.
Seriously?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, fucking for real, man. And so, of course, the common denominator there was the BBC. They took us down, man. We were censored by the Beeb. So, yeah. So
enemy number one now.
This is it. We're coming for you, Paxman. Paxman's not on BBC anymore, is he?
No, he's not on BBC. He's on Channel 4.
He's on BBC. We're coming for you, Lineker.
Yeah.
And match the day. And we're coming for you... what's the name of that thing? That Saturday Kitchen. And I don't watch TV anymore. What else?
I don't watch TV.
Call the midwife. You're fucked. Yeah. Have I got news? Hey BBC, have I got news for you? You're going down. Oh,
going down, baby.
Do you like it?
You're going down. You watch. Now this one's going to get taken off because we criticise them too much. But honestly, I thought it was really bad because it was all done in innocence. We weren't trying to pass it off as our own. And, and I was going to ask you, Nick, how did you actually know which videos were the ones that was the problem?
They tell you. They say it's this specific section. It's all artificial intelligence and stuff, and that's how it gets taken down. It's not It's not someone's job to just go through all the YouTube videos uploaded that day just to see if it's come up.
No, I thought it was some kind of algorithm, but honestly, not cool, man. Like, come on, not cool.
Not cool. And so, if you want to go back and watch it, you can go back and watch it, but you'll see those specific parts have been trimmed, so they've been taken out. So I haven't even looked at it, but I imagine it just looks really strange, So yeah, so that's a learning for our next live stream, not to fuck off the BBC. Next time we're going to be going solely for Channel 5 because we can afford those lawyers. Yeah. Should we get on with the task at hand this week?
We will. So you thought of this one, and then I added to it. So I'll let you explain the first bit, and then I'll explain the conditions.
We discussed this on my balcony last weekend when yourself and dear Mama and Papa came along to quiet, sleepy Hunenberg Sea, and we were discussing what we could do. And so the one I thought of, which would be quite good because we've always done, we haven't done movies in a while, but we haven't done books in a while, is we could do books that were turned into movies. The best movie based off a book. Yeah, that's it. Best movie based off a book. Yeah.
And then being very unintelligent, I asked the question, did you have to have read the book? And Nick got very excited and said, yes, you do, which actually drastically shortened my list because I don't read a lot of books.
But there was the discussion about, Jenny, you can just pick, Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. And I was like, no, hold off there, because William Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet is not a book. It's a play. It was never written.
It was printed in a book. It was printed in a book.
Yeah, but so is a script. That's like me saying Die Hard's the best book written ever because a script was printed in a book. That's bullshit. So no. So yeah, Shakespeare's off the table as well.
Scripts are done on paper, actually, and you print them.
Not.
Yes, they are.
What?
They're not in books. No.
Well, yeah, but they're not. They're put together in like something that is a book, so someone can flick through that.
No.
They are. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I bow to your knowledge of Hollywood stardom and doing films. Please elaborate.
Well, yeah, it's no. I you know what? It doesn't matter because I've not chosen it, but I completely agree that a play is a book.
No, it's not because it's not written.
You said book. You didn't say novel. You said book.
I didn't mean novel. I meant like if you read when someone sits down, right, to write a play, they're not writing it with the descriptive language that you'd usually get in a book because it's implied that will be acted out, right?
Doesn't it say in brackets though, like said angrily?
Yeah, but because it's a script. Otherwise,
but it tells you what to do though. It tells you exactly the emotion that's going to be coming across.
It tells you what to do. It doesn't tell you how they're feeling. And you'd think an author would have a bit more freedom and creativity. If instead of saying said angrily, it would be Romeo splurted furiously or something like that.
Splurted
furiously.
That doesn't sound nice. That sounds messy. I don't like that.
No, okay. Let's move on rather rapidly. Jennifer.
Yes.
It is now middle of May. They're still here.
The chocolate coins.
So
Are you still eating them?
I'm hungry. I haven't had breakfast and it's nearly midday here.
Right.
So I may, just to keep my blood sugar level high. And to stop me coming out with words like splurted. Heads or tails? Heads or tails?
Heads, please. Heads.
Tails. So it's me. I get to choose. I'm going to go first.
Yeah.
Because you expect me to pick you to go first. And I was like, no.
That's the second week in a row you've done that, by the way.
I know. I'm so random. Oh my God, so random. So I have I have three picks for this. 2 by one author, 1 by another author. And I'm having
to choose one.
I'm still this is going to be one of those ones where I'm going to have to pick at the last minute, I think. But I know one which I'm not picking. I know one which I'm not picking. It's fair to say as well that I didn't even consider things like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or so because I just don't. I think it's just
not your cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea, and it's feeding into the fandom. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So the one that I thought of, but I didn't pick was the Rum Diary by Hunter S. Thompson. You seen it? Johnny Depp movie, right? Okay. The book is pretty. The book's short. You'd like the book, Jenny, because it's very short.
It's got pictures.
It's got pictures. I like this. I read a book once. It's got pictures in it. If you want the inside jokes, that one, message me. But yeah, so I really enjoyed the Rum Diary. It's a good story. If you want to know what it is, it's partially autobiographical by Hunter S. Thompson about the time he moved down to Puerto Rico to work as a journalist on I think it's the San Jose Star, and just talks about what he got up to there and some of the characters that were there. Really interesting, very humorous, very funny. I like. This is going to be a weird one, but I really like that book because I remember when I read it, which was I was working and I was in Barcelona for a couple of days by myself, working on a booth, no other work people around, nothing like that. And I just went round in the evenings to different bars and sat and read that book just at different places around Barcelona. So I guess the Spanish influence in Puerto Rico and reading that book in a Spanish city kind of helped. But it's not the one I'm going to pick because I think the movie was a bit of a letdown.
I agree.
Which one am I going to go for? Yeah, okay, I've picked. The one I'm not going to go for. The one I'm not going to go for is the other one by Hunter S. Thompson, which is very famously a film, which is of course
Fear and Loathing.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Okay, so like the moment Gonzo journalism went like fucking supersonic. Jenny's shaking her head at me as if to go, No.
No, because I tell you what, I watched that film and I felt anxious the whole time. Like, oh my god, no, oh my god, no, and what's going on? And is it the drugs or is it real? And I don't understand, and I don't understand. And after, I did not feel relaxed after watching that film. I felt like I needed to go out and do cocaine off a hooker or something like that. You know, it's just it felt very. I did not feel myself. I had to have a cup of tea to calm down.
It's a weird movie. I mean, like Hunter S. Thompson, like approved of like Johnny Depp's the way he played it, and I like the fact they use an awful lot of like the imagery in the book is by a guy called Ralph Steedman who worked with Hunter S. Thompson on a load of different articles. Like there's another famous article he did called the Kentucky Derby is depraved and decadent, which is very good. But he does all these really funky think Hunter S. Thompson images and photos and pictures, yeah. And that sort of sketchy, weird lines of it. That's Ralph Steedman who did it. And I like the fact they featured a lot of what he did in the movie somehow. But yeah, as you say, and it's a super quotable movie. Like I like that. I always like a quotable. You know, we can't stop here. This is bad country. You know, let's talk brass tacks. How much for the monkey and things like that. There's some. It's just not a reasonable place to park. There's lots of very quotable films, but I can't. It's right. It's just it's not a. You need to be in a certain headspace to watch that. You know,
high.
you don't want to be high to watch that because that will mind fuck you. Mind fuck. But the one I'm picking is actually one I read last year. Yeah, it's a book I read last year called. It's a book by a guy called John Krakow.
Yeah.
And it's called Into the Wild. Have you seen the movie?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's based on the story of a guy called Chris McCandless who finished college in, I think, California or Berkeley and went off, essentially just disappeared off the face of the earth and just spent the whole time traveling around the US to all these different places, doing all these different things. And it's essentially a book about wanderlust and sort of adventure and travel and stuff. And it's very, very sad ending. Should we put a spoiler alert on this?
No. Let's just not say the ending. We're just going to say it's a sad ending.
It's a sad ending, but it's a really cool movie. The music in it is by the guy who was in, I think he was in Tool or Metallica. No, it's the guy who's from Metallica. Directed by Sean Penn as well. It's just, and the lead actor in it, who's also in Lords of Dogtown, Emil. Thing, oh yeah, so hard right now. Does a really good portrayal. I like the book an awful lot because it's a lot about just moving about and traveling and not really staying still. And I'm leaning into reading a lot of those books at the moment. And I think the film did it justice. You know, it was quite long, but I think it had to be. So yeah, so I'm going to go for that one, Into the Wild. I think it's quality, and it's an easier watch than Fear and Loathing.
Yeah,
like other end of the scale. So,
I mean, the thing is, I have watched the film. I've not read the book, and it is good, but it's quite depressing, man. Like, I don't know. I think it's just the ending, and then it's just like, oh.
I think we're gonna have to put a spoiler alert and put the ending because it's just because I can't, otherwise we can't get it. So we'll do spoiler alert 3 seconds and we'll start talking about. Okay, spoiler alert.
Okay.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
How are they going to know when the spoiler alert's over?
Spoiler alert over. We're going to spoil it now. Yeah, he dies.
Yeah.
So essentially what happens is his big dream was to sort of go and camp out for a summer in Alaska, and he finds a place to go and camp out. I think he camps out in like an old school bus, which is done as like a thing. And he camps out there, and then he there's a lot of conspiracies and there's a lot of, how did he actually die in real life? But he essentially, what does happen is he's found like by some hunters a couple of months later, and he's dead from malnutrition and stuff. But
poisoning, I thought it was, wasn't it? He ate some poisonous berries.
In the movie, it's poisonous berries, but they're not sure whether that's the case or not. But so that's really sad. And he that was his dream, and he unfortunately it cost him. But it was I kind of still feel it was a celebration of him wanting to like finish, Wanderlust and words. I can't think of it.
It's just, I don't know, he goes through all of that, and I also think it's quite lonely. I don't know, it doesn't make me feel happy when I've watched it. It's like, oh, okay, so
that's what he wanted to be, though. He wanted to be by himself and chilled and lonely and stuff. So I think that part doesn't sadden me. So yeah. Anyway, What's yours?
So I was very tempted to just go away and read a book super quickly so I could say that it was, I've watched the film and then I've read the book, but I didn't have the time. I only had 2 days, 3 days, whatever. What day are we? Wednesday? Anyway. And so I did a Google search, right? Best films based on books. And there's some crackers out there, right? Wizard of Oz, but never read the book. Schindler's List was based on a book, never read the book. Shawshank Redemption, never read it. And then Forrest Gump, that was based on a book. That's been an excellent choice.
Yeah, I read. Fun fact, not really a fun fact. The guy who wrote Forrest Gump,
Yeah.
I read one of his books last year about. This is going to sound, and it's completely different from what you wrote Forrest Gump, one of the big, Oscar winner. Yeah, and the book I read about him was all about the history of World War I during in Flanders and around Belgium.
Oh, right.
Completely different. It was like
completely different.
Yeah, so I can't remember the name of the author. Good book.
You've got some range, though. Got some range.
Range, true. Anyway, carry on, sorry.
So, yeah, as said, and then I actually then I remembered, I'm like, oh, yeah, I had to have read the book. So I said, I either like really happy books or really depressive books. And I didn't really want to choose a really depressive movie because... yeah, I want to feel good after a movie. I want to feel happy. And I think one of the best ones that I've read that was turned into a movie, which was relatively successful, was One Day by Nick Hornby. I love Nick Hornby as a writer. He's also done Starter for 10. And it is a rom-com, but it doesn't necessarily focus on... the romantic side. It focuses on bonds of people and how people go through life at different speeds, different journeys, and kind of working out what they want. Kind of a coming of age, I guess. But, it's about 2 characters that meet in university, and then it just follows their relationship over the next 10, 25 years. And the book is better than the movie, but it is a really nice movie. I really like that movie. It's got, what's her name?
Anne Hathaway, and with awful Yorkshire accent.
That's the only thing is she could not do a northern accent. That girl, oh dear, she did try.
What was the name of the actor in it?
I've not actually seen him in anything else. Let me IMDb it.
Exactly. Yeah, likewise, I'm on the wiki. I'm a wiki person. Nick Hornby is a great author, actually. I like High Fidelity was actually one that I wish is another one that I could have easily picked. So
the guy is called Jim Sturgess.
Jim Sturgess from he's not Scottish. He's from Wandsworth in London.
Yeah, and he actually every other thing that he's been in, I've not really seen.
I'm just looking.
He's not big actor.
What the fucking hell is this? I've never
fit.
heard of.
He's fit though, which is good.
Oh, that's his soundtracks. Okay, I was like, I've literally never heard of any of these movies. He's fit. Nice, Jim.
He is fit.
He was in 21. That was a good movie.
He was in Heartbeat. That's Robert.
Yeah, sorry. I never watched Heartbeat in the 90s because I'm not 70.
It was released in 2001. Do they even play Heartbeat anymore? By the way, anyone who doesn't know what Heartbeat is, it's about a country police show.
As you can imagine, it's riveting. Think Hot Fuzz, but taken seriously.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to go with One Day because it's a book that I read and I really enjoyed, and they made a decent film about it. But yeah, as I said, my options are limited because I don't read books that much. Yeah,
no, I was going to say, unfortunately, if you'd have come in with a Nick Hornby book as a movie, then I'd automatically be like, yeah, I agree. High Fidelity is a fucking awesome movie. One Day, I think that's great. Jack Black's in it, and John Cusack. And Joan Cusack and someone else. I can't remember. Isn't Zoe Deschanel in it? Anyway, but that's the thing. I think the best Nick Hornby movie is that. And One Day I've seen it. But it's not. I can't remember anything about it. Literally,
look, I'm a girl. What can I say? It's a girl movie. I love it. Girl movie.
It doesn't sound like you're too convinced by this. If you
I've not read a lot of books.
Okay. So this is one final. This is one final question that I wrote down that I needed to ask you. Okay.
Hit me.
If you could pick a movie, based on a book, but you didn't have to read the book, which one would you have picked? Would it change anything? Because for me, I don't know. Looking at it now, I don't know if I change my answer. But you can't really do that, can you? I don't know.
I don't know, because it's all about how good the book is as well, you know?
Oh, yeah, I love that conversation. Oh, is it as good as is the movie as good as the book? I'm like, I don't really care. I think they're both different forms.
Yeah.
I like picturing how someone else has seen a book on the screen.
Yeah.
I like that. Like it's always
I tell you what I would change, because actually my all-time favourite film is Shawshank Redemption.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Expecting that, were you? Seriously, it's one of my favourite films. Love it.
How come you've never read the book then?
Because there's a film. Jesus.
And there she comes again, ladies and gentlemen, right back down to earth. You know. What about the audiobook though? Surely you could just shove an audiobook on.
Oh no, I can't be doing it. I'll fall asleep reading stories.
Do you know what else? Actually, I kind of thought that one I wouldn't have picked it, but one that does need a good shout out actually as being a really good book and average movie is a book called Yes Man by Danny Wallace. And the reason the reason I say that is because my son is now listening to an audiobook of Danny Wallace's children's books now. And it's really cool because I lie down and I listen to it with him sometimes. And it's really cool using the phrases here. And it's like, I remember reading this stuff first time round when he was doing things like Yes Man, which famously he took an oath to say yes to every single question he was asked for 6 months. And the book is very funny, really good. But no. Cool. I think we're there. I disagree. I disagree with you. Bye. Yeah. Bye. I disagree.
I said I had limited options. I didn't cheat. I could have cheated and said, I've read Shawshank Redemption. Of course I have. But I didn't.
It was very honest. Very, very honest of you.
Well, there we go. So we will be back next week. So we've decided on a regular time.
Yes.
A day, and we will be more regular, and it's good to be regular. But however, next week I'll be recording on location.
I think we should film you in. Can we reveal where you're going?
Yes.
Can we reveal? Can we do the big reveal?
Of course,
Jenny is off. Culture vulture that she is. She's off to Benidorm next week. She's going to Benidorm.
Yeah, Benidorm. Oh, mate, I'm telling you, I have a COVID test yesterday. I'm negative. It's good. We're going to the dorm. Watch out.
She's there. She's packed the pink cowgirl hats already in the
mate,
thing.
It's gonna be it's gonna be amazing. And it's funny, I sat down with my mate I'm going with yesterday, we had a pint and we were looking at the street view. We saw at least 3 topless men. It was great. And they weren't this isn't not good topless, this is
This is like British Bulldog tattoos or, I Heart Newcastle United.
So if anyone doesn't know where Benidorm is and what it is, it's pretty much like a very tacky, cheap UK in Spain. It's renowned for its UK tourists because it's practically, and we've ruined the town, poor Spanish town. We've ruined it. But
I'm trying to think of an alternative. It's
going to be good old silly fun. I'm so excited.
I know how we can do this. Benidorm is like the European version of like a really shit coastal town in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, does that work? Do you think that's
I think that works. I think that's a good comparison. Yeah.
It's where like people go there. Like when you finished like when you're 18,
but it's an older generation, right? We're talking about midlife.
When you're 18, you usually have, if you're 18 or you're still trying to reclaim your youth in midlife, and you're like, you want to go clubbing and stuff. I'm not. No. I had this discussion about midlife the other day with Sam. We worked out midlife is closer to sort of early 40s, so we're not there yet, but like that's what it's. I know, Johnny convinced myself. But that's what it's like. It's like just tacky cheap drinks, getting on the lash.
Gonna get woo woo. Gonna get a jug of woo woo.
Jug of woo woo. What's in a woo woo?
I don't know. Sugar and alcohol, and it's a silly colour. I love it. It's gonna be amazing.
We need to do a Benidorm theme sort of argument next week then. So can we, and we can get you to go and research it as well. So this is great. It's worked really Right. So maybe what about something like the best worst cocktail? Like Woo Woo. It's the best worst. It's awful. They're just too sweet. They're full of sugar. The hangover is appalling. But like,
I will happily research that.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, isn't it? Fucking hell. Let's have a think about Benidorm themed things.
We will.
And you can text me when you're sober in Benidorm, which will be...
Won't happen.
Won't happen. No, not happening.
The whole time.
Shit the bed, man. Oh,
I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be good, silly fun. It's exactly what I need after the year that I've had. So
hells yeah.
Really looking forward to it.
I take the piss, but go and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the sun. I'll be here with my... In the rain with my bar of beer from the local brewery. And yeah, just sort of going, yeah. Anyway, as usual, follow us on all the usual places. Arguments with my brother on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube as well. Go and check out the live stream if you didn't already. But we're at 26 minutes and that's long, and we should really get back to our day jobs.
Yeah, we should. Got to go.
Gotta go. Goodbye.
Bye.